would like to invite Professor Sherley on
Can I have
the
a round of
stage.
applause for her?
Please come.
I like your dress.
Wow. Give yourself a round of applause for doing that.
Okay, you can come.
Thank you so much, Dr. Musa. Thank you, Lady Maita. Thank you, Her Excellency, entire team for having me here. I'm very humble and honored, and I smile a lot. So if you're not ready to smile, don't watch me, don't look at me, because I smile a lot. My name is Sherley Lewis. I'm not going to make a long introduction about myself, but I'm going to go to the point. I'm here to represent the International Teaching Academy. And the Academy was created or founded in 2018 after we have a lot of students in America that are immigrants or single language learners that came to school and they could not pass the standardized exam. They're failing. Okay. They're failing. Even though they passed math, they're failing. There was a huge gap in reading, in language arts, and writing. And parents were complaining. The school did everything, interventions. And myself and my team, what we did, we created the International Teaching Academy so we can pull those students out and create a center so we can teach them. I don't know if you know how many students in the classroom, how many students in one classroom, if you know about it. How many? In America, oh, thank you, we have 30 maximum. But the gap is 25 students per teacher. So if you have 25 students, you're going to have one at least that probably left behind. Not because of the teacher's fault, not because of the parents, because there's so much to do in a day in a classroom, so many students to help. So the organization, what we did, we actually created the program. We did the assessment, and based on the assessment, we cater the program, individualized program for students, and each student was taught individually, one-on-one. We have summer programs. Every summer, no student left behind, no time to go around. They come to us and then they learn. During the summer, probably 2 months, they already saw half of the year. So they return to school, guess what? When they return to school, they're actually asking to take a test and being a different level because it's already everything. And one of my students, he received a Bill Gates Award scholarship for $50,000. $50,000, he had it, he divided among friends and did a scholarship sponsorship about it because he was very proud. And that student, when he came to my classroom, he didn't know any English at all. So in America alone, we have 5.5 million students in public schools learning English. In South Florida alone, we have 26,600. So these are the numbers that we're working with. So today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my team. So this is me. I'm the founder and teacher. That's my sister. She's a nurse. And as giving back to the community, she joined my association. We have my other sister. She's a nurse. And my brother, he's a police officer, and agreed also to join the team. And another surprise, this is my mother, right here, Marie-Edith. That's my mom, yes. Thank you so much. So, I'm going to give you a little bit of example, like during COVID, during COVID, I actually left the classroom because I felt like parents needed help. And I worked privately with a VIP or VVIP family. And when I entered that center or that setting, the parents spoke English, but it was not that fluent. By the time I left, the maids speak English, the nurses speak English, the drivers speak English, the husband, the wife, all of them spoke English fluently. Why? What do you think about it? Why? What was the reason? Determination. Practice. Practice. Thank you. Practice. Trying to, because I'm a teacher, I cannot stay in one spot. I'm sorry, how it goes. Yeah, hello? No. You have to bear with me. Thank you so much. Hello, yes. Everybody in the household spoke English fluently because there was nobody else to speak Arabic. Nobody else to speak other language, their mother language, nobody. So they have to be forced themselves to express, because to talk to me, you have to come to me. You have to talk to me. For the expression, to have the words, the sentences, they started slowly, and by the end, to see them speaking to me fluently. Sometimes I ask them things in the house, they don't know what I'm asking for, because they don't know American language. So that was a successful story for me, to know, living that household, everybody in the house actually made progress. Another thing I'm going to talk about, in all the schools, I've been teaching for the past 14 years, all schools that I taught, I am the only language art for student with determination. So if you know about that terminology, student with determinations are students who are like, have some deficiencies in reading. It can be in math. It can be any kind of physical impairment, visual impairment, whatever it is. So the same way other students learn, they don't. So they need someone that's care for them, someone that take their vitamins, Dr. Amma. So in all the schools, to be the only language art teacher, it's not an easy task. And for 14 years, I've been doing it. And right now, I'm currently a special education teacher at Emirates Private International School in Meadows. And I have 23 learning support assistants under my care. So while you're here, looking at me like, well, she's here. Let's practice a little bit about a lesson on vocabulary. And the objective of the lesson to see like how the students feel, how the students feel when they are in my classroom. I'm very energized. I smile a lot. I bring my whole self to the classroom, not only the teaching, but the culture. And I tell you, when I say I smile a lot, I do. Don't take it for granted. That's the only thing I can give you. I cannot give you anything other than my smile. When students come in my classroom, they go to other classrooms, they say, can you take me back to Miss Sherley's classroom? Why? Because when they come to me, they see that confidence. They see that someone not only asking them, you need to read this and write this, but how was your night? How are you? How's your parents? Did you eat today? Did you have a good night's sleep? This is the type of teacher that I am. And I transfer what I have in me into my classroom. So that's my community. That's my environment. So if you want to join the lesson, go to Nearpod and click on join. And the objective is we're going to probably have 2 vocabulary words. And then I'm going to ask you all to pronounce. They're going to give you the microphone to pronounce them. And you're going to see the difference between all of you because you are from different countries and different cities, different parts of your countries. So you don't have the same accent. So my purpose is to teach the American language because I know there's students that need my support, parents that need my support, corporates that want their employers to have better deal, bring more money into the company. They need my support. So I cover every phase, every stage from inside the classroom to outside the classroom. So the objective is to actually have you, if you know the word, that's fine. If you don't know the words, that's okay. But at the end of this lesson, you're going to leave knowing one new word or relearn the word that you already know the meaning of it, the pronunciation, and also how to use it. And then when you leave here, you can use it daily as you feel. So, thank you so much. You are listening. You're great listeners. Thank you. You gave me high contact too as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I feel the energy. Okay. While you're waiting for me, think about if your first language is not English, think about the first time you heard English. The first time it was probably in your classroom. As I heard, some of you went and studied at university abroad. So think about how you felt being in the classroom and not knowing the language fluently. So talk about that. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. So take the pressure off of me. Okay, so yeah, let's do this that way because teachers have to have different way. They asked me for my password, but to send password. So let's go. Yeah, it's a new device. Okay. All right. So volunteer. So we have the first word. I need a volunteer to say the word, to pronounce it. Huh? One at a time, not everybody together. Okay.
Commercial.
Someone else?
Yeah, I will. So I will take 5-6 opinions and we will see.
Connoisseur.
Connoisseur.
Thank you.
Connoisseur. Connoisseur. Connoisseur.
Connoisseur.
Could be connoisseur.
And then I have two of you that said it correctly. And for my French speaker, pour vous qui parlez français, le mot c'est de la France, vient de France. Ça veut dire connaisseur. Connaisseur, c'est un mot français. And then the French, in every language you have a percentage of French, from Latin, from European. It's a mixture of words from different languages. So connaisseur is a French word that means connaître. Connaître means that you know, to know. And then the English, I don't know who sat down, what meeting they had, they want to borrow words, like we borrow from our neighbors. So they borrow that word and put it in the English dictionary, and they change it to connoisseur. So I'm saying this, I want you to pay really good attention, because you might not know it. For those of you who are here in the UAE, when you go to Google Translate, whoever they pay for it to do the translation, you're not going to have an American translation. You can look for it every website, like people will say ananas for French. That doesn't exist. The S is silent. But if you go and learn French here in the UAE, whatever you put on Google, the translation or pronunciation is not the same. So you're going to hear some people on Google will say connaisseur. They will say that. And they actually have a lot of followers, but that's not true. The pronunciation of connaisseur is the Connaisseur, which is the French word. And the French word doesn't even pronounce it that way. The French pronounce it connaisseur. Connaître, connaisseur. Quelqu'un qui connaît quelque chose. But the English pronunciation is this one, is connoisseur. And then if I had the Neopard version of it, you will see the phonological way to pronounce it, and then you will know how to pronounce it. Now, we did one, we pronounced it. Say, I pronounce it. I pronounce it. Everybody repeat after me, connoisseur. Connoisseur. Okay. The second syllable is a schwa. A schwa means you don't stress on it. Okay? And then you have the first syllable, you stress on it, and the last one. Okay? There's 3 syllables in this word. Next one. Now, because I don't have the Neopard, I want you now, you have paper. You think they just give it to you to looking at it, right? You have paper, you have pen. Okay, let's write. So what do you think? You already know. So in your own words, write down the meaning of this word. In your own words, using your own word, what this word means. Oh, not this one. I'm still in the first one. I'm giving them work to do. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna do that one after. Hold on. Write it down what this word means so you can leave the classroom knowing when you write, it stay in your memory. What that words mean. Okay, I'm gonna give you a sentence because remember I have the teacher in me. If you feel tired, just stand up, relax, walk around and come back. You have the meaning?
So, le connaisseur, c'est quelqu'un qui connaît quelque chose. C'est from the verb connaître, يعرف. So, connaisseur هو العارف. And we have one of the speakers, عارفة. You know, and we learned today from you. So, so it has just slight difference in the pronunciation, and it means to know. Le connaisseur is an adjective, by the way.
Yes.
Adjective, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so put it to your own words. It's someone that knows something. For example, I'm going to give you a sentence. Leonardo da Vinci is a connoisseur of art. Okay, so it's someone that has like an expertise in something. Usually, like they have a type of discrimination. They know, like I know this is good one, because I know. So I would say they can also extend it saying that I'm a connoisseur in the field of linguistics, in the field of special student, educated students with special needs. So you can change it whatever you want, you can put it whatever you want, but today, at least, you're going to live today knowing that part. Let's go into phase 2. So before we go to phase 2, we already say, I know that. I know that. I know that. I know that. Referring to that word, you know it, because it's there, you already know it, so we can change the second one. So the second one is easier than the first one. What I'm going to ask you to do, you're going to turn to the person that is on your left shoulder. If you don't have one, that's fine. And then you're going to pronounce it together among yourself. 1 minute. When I say go, you will go. I want to hear people talking. I want to hear people trying and listen to the person at your table, the different accent. Okay? No judgment. No one is right. No one is correct. You just talk. So this word right here, and I will count of 3, and then you will go and start and pronounce the person next to you. Left shoulder. If you do your left, this is my left. So this is your left. Okay? And this is my left. Alright? Okay. You don't have to listen to those students. Remember that. Okay. Can someone tell me what I just said? Or you want to do? Someone.
So, do I need to go with the people and ask? So, before you say something, this is an American word, so there are few words you don't need to speak. That's a tip. So, who is the volunteer?
Just tell me what I was asking you for you to do.
So,
Because
from
I'm
this
gonna
table,
ask you to
anyone?
do it, but I want to make sure you understand.
So I have to read the word?
Yeah, so
Okay, it's yes, with him.
and then all of you will take turns say the word, right?
Okay.
No questions? Everyone understand? Table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check. Good. Okay, let's go in front of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous.
Okay, this table. So, everyone, you want everyone to see on the left? Okay. So, left.
No microphone. No.
That's good.
Volunteer only. One person on the table will report back to the one you feel that is the most closely or the correct pronunciation. Okay? So only one person at that table to report back to the entire thing.
Which one?
Anybody?
You're like, come on, guys. Come on. Wait.
You want them on the stage?
I want them on the, do you want them on the stage?
They can come. Come on the stage. Why not? Let's go.
Come on, guys. What's wrong? Come on. someone randomly?
Anybody, come on the stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great, that's great. We
We have him. A round of applause to him. Come, up. Do you want me to help you to come up? It's ubiquitous. And we Googled it, by the way.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you. Next, you have to come.
And now this one.
It looks for me ubiquitous. Ubiquitous.
Thank you. Let's encourage everybody, each other, okay? Make them feel valued and welcome. Anybody?
Actually, we call it in Korea ubiquitous. That means we are connected each other with like a computer or mobile, like that.
감사합니다.
Okay, so thank you. Let's clap for yourself. Let's clap for yourself. Okay, I know you have enough with me. Okay. If you listen to it on Google again, you might not have the correct one, but if you have the phonological pronunciation, this one, some of you say you, right? It's a Y-O-O, right? So the Y-O-O, the O-O, double O sound is like boots, ooh. You see? The double O sound is ooh, like boots, move, okay? So ubiquitous. Ubiquitous. And this one, the right way, you just have to know how to pronounce it. And it means something that is in fashion. For example, you might find like a lot of people now have iPhone. It means widespread, ordinary, everywhere. It's a word from Latin, okay? And the Latin word is ubique, which means present everywhere, okay? So if we find that word, that thing everywhere, like some of you probably, I'm going to take myself as an example. This dress, because I don't like when I say things I'm honest, this dress, I make sure that I buy it so not 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of me have the same. It might have it, but not. But if I go to a place called Khulood, okay, and I'm buying a normal dress, I might walk at the mall and see 5 or 7 or 10, 11 of me because of the price and it's available, it's common, it's ordinary, right? But also you can change the connotation to denotation, that means the figurative form of the definition of the word. You can say as well, someone, I don't know for anybody, please don't take that as an offense, but someone that is kind of overweight, like overweight, they can use that word as well. Like you can use that word in the way saying, oh, I feel like I'm equal, when I sat on the chair. So you can even change the meaning, you can change however you use it, but it means widespread, everywhere, presence anywhere, all around, and it means common. Something that's everywhere. You're not going to find me everywhere. Excuse me. I'm not everywhere, so I'm not common, right? So I'm not ubiquitous because I'm only one Sherley. That was me, and only one is you. So now I'm going to ask you to do something really, really fun. In the count of 3, all together, you're going to say to yourself, I am not ubiquitous. But you have to give an attitude. I don't know about the agriculture, I'm sorry, agriculture, but put a little bit of attitude to it because you're not ordinary, you're not everywhere, right? So we're going to put this on our daily life. I am not ubiquitous. No. Okay, in a count of 1, 2, 3, let's go. I am not ubiquitous. Okay. Now, this is it for now. If you want to reach me, okay, here's my contact information. Actually, you were correct. Hold on a second. 1 second. 1 second. That's my contact information. But this is, I'm going to go back. Who said if we pass? Who said, you said, what's your name? Boring? Yeah. Okay, I'll give you an extra A. Because the teacher forgot to do feedback, right? So let's clap for her. So, yes, you did. Like I said, we have a student here that's very, very, very interesting to the classroom. So the objective, did I make the objective? Yes, I felt that I did. Because you're able to, 2 words, right? Understand their meaning, and then at the same time, you know how to use it. So if you feel that the lesson went well, you understood the objective first, you interact with it, and then at the end, you produce something. Let's clap your hands for yourself. And now, I want to go back and say thank you to you two. Thank you so much for that.